You are now tuned in to 13signsastrology.com. I'll be your master of ceremony. On this episode, I want to discuss an ancient prophecy that was supposed to begin to start fulfilling itself after 2012. I'm going into this information because a lot of people that are new to the channel and are just new to what I do, they wonder like what moves you, who are you, like what is the core sum total of this thing you're doing on YouTube? Like, is this just you just some nutcase or just somebody out here that likes filming themselves? I mean, like, what is this all about? Like, is this just to get hits? You know, are you promoting something? Like, where are you going with this? So that's what this video is about. See, everything that I do, I was born up under what's called the hip-hop generation. And I've talked about this before on other videos, so you may hear me say some things that I've said before for those people that have been watching these videos for years. But I was born up under what's called the hip-hop generation. And the hip-hop generation has went through many phases and cycles. See, hip-hop started like back in 1973. And I suggest for you people that want to get a good knowledge base of what hip-hop is, you can check out this book by one of the fellow teachers named Black Dot. Shout out to Black Dot. And he talks a lot about decoding hip-hop and the inner meanings of hip-hop, and he goes into the evolution of hip-hop. And he talks about how hip-hop, I don't know if he said it like this, but this is how I'm saying it. He talks about how hip-hop started out from more, I guess you can say, it started out from the third eye. And it started out being based on kind of like more of a spiritual movement. Hip-hop was like a doctrine. And then from there it became a music. And he talks about how after a certain point in time when he wrote this book, it wasn't 2012 yet. And he talks about how after a certain time, hip-hop would, I guess you can say, evolve into, it would go back or it would revolve, is the way I would put it. It would revolve back into the way it started, back to the essence. And I would say that really hip-hop, the foundation was laid for hip-hop even before 1973. Like, I would go a little bit further than that. See, in the book, he talks about Kool Herc and African Bambaataa. And shout out to African Bambaataa and Kool Herc, Zulu Nation, and the whole gang. You know, I'm very familiar with those particular representatives that they have down in the Atlanta area. Although right now I'm not in Atlanta, I'm actually shooting this video on the East Coast. Shooting this video, and there's a reason why I'm shooting this video here. I'm gonna go into that in a second. So he talks about how hip hop is going to go back to the teaching. Most of you think about, for one thing, most young people, you might not even know what hip hop is. Like, all you might know of is just like rap music, if even that, because it's a conspiracy to silence, eradicate, and to fully shut down anything associated with hip-hop, even to a point now where they're even scared of what most people would call negative hip-hop. See, back in the day, you could get a record deal doing, like, I guess you could say so-called ignorant rap, if you want to call it that, or ignorant music, or music that didn't really stimulate any thought on a higher level. You could get a record deal doing that, but it's to the point now where they don't want rap, anything promoted or out there. They don't want anything associated with hip-hop out there. And that goes for the most, because I call it lower chakra type level hip-hop, all the way up to the third eye and crown chakra type hip-hop. They don't want none of it out there. So that's something to even think over. But hip-hop itself really started back, to me, it started back in 1913. See, hip-hop represents speaking and spreading this new Aquarian information, bringing in the age of Aquarius. And hip-hop really started, to me, with the movement and the advent of
the Moorish Science Temple. Shout out to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm gonna be taking a reading out this book in a minute. See, that's for me. That's where it goes back to. So people could wonder, how could you call yourself a Moor and you talk about all of this stuff? Everything that I talk about can be found in these few little pages in the Circle 7, which is no more than 100 pages in here. It's that. And this is the advanced version. So this has like some ADEP lessons in it and stuff. But it's not even that many pages in Circle 7. But everything that I talk about, for the most part, outside of astrology, and that's even in here, is in the Circle 7. I don't care if I'm talking about the most, if I could talk about fucking, and people may get mad, well, how you gonna cuss and call yourself, is it the Moorish Science Temple spiritual movement? And no, Noble Drew Ali said our religion is science. And fucking, if you go to the root word of the meaning of fucking, that means to strike hard. You see, these are just words that you guys get all bent out of shape about, and that's why people don't like their, certain kids watching these videos, and I'm cursing. That's all conditioning and programming. But anyway, I know I'm going so far, but I got a lot to say in this video, so bear with me. So hip-hop, because I'm very passionate about this. So hip-hop started back then, man, and like they didn't have any YouTubes, or it was just the streets. When Noble Drew Ali first started teaching, he started teaching on the streets. Before it was a temple, the temple was your body, right? So he would hold the temple wherever his body was at and just start talking, and people came around and listened, and that's how it was. So, and that's why lately, I'm doing everything in the spirit of hip-hop and the spirit of truth. And that's why lately you've been seeing me do a lot of videos out here, and not only in nature, but in the streets. I'm in a public area right now. I mean, it's not really that crowded at the time, but even if it was, I wouldn't stop talking. Because this is like any mass movement started on the streets. Carl Linder, he started the United Dairy Farmers Company on the streets. And that movement is still, he dead and it's still going on. Just like Noble Drew Ali is dead and it's still going on. These things start on the streets. Hip-hop started on the streets. It started in nightclubs. It was an underworld type of movement. Like, shout out to the underground kings. Like UGK, you know what I'm saying? Like, these were the underground kings. Like, you hear about the monarchy and the royals over in London, and, I don't have anything against anybody. Like, royalty is royalty. However, we are underground kings. That's what we are over here. We underground kings. But yet still we kings and queens. We underground queens. But yet still we kings and queens. So I guess where I'm getting at is because you see the title of this video is called Mad City. And where I'm getting at is that this is what inspires me. And people say that I'm affiliated with thieves. I mean, a lot of hip-hop artists are in my family. Shout out to all those hip-hop artists that are in my family. You know who you are. I'm not going to start naming people. Many of them are out of Atlanta. Some of them out of New York. We share the same blood. It's a royal family that, is behind this whole hip-hop thing. And it was prophesied at a time where hip-hop would go back to this knowledge, dropping knowledge and information. So that's what my role is in hip-hop. I made a rap song and posted it on YouTube. It's on there, but I don't really plan on making a lot of music per se. I plan on dropping a lot of jewels and seeds on people. That's my role in hip-hop, and that's what I do. So, but I endorse and promote everybody because I don't see, there is no such thing as ignorant hip-hop and conscious hip-hop and all of that. It's all conscious. It's just different vibrations of consciousness. So people say I affiliate myself with thieves, and they hear about hip-hoppers talk about they extort people and they rob people and they do this and they do that. So I'm going to take a reading out of this Circle 7. This is based on some information that you don't even know about your Jesus, because most of these people that say this are Christians. So you don't even know who your Jesus is. And I'm going to hip you on to what your Jesus believed. These are the 18 missing years of Jesus. And I'm just going to read a few verses because I want you to hear this. So when you say, man, I ain't listening to that guy no more because he just affiliates himself with murderers and robbers and thieves, and these are the people that he knows and he walks with. Like, he talks about all this high information, but how come he not sitting down with the CEO of such and such company? Why is he sitting down with these thieves, and why does he make his videos in these urban areas, and why does he curse on his videos and all of this other stuff? But it's helping people. I'm gonna tell you what your Jesus believes. These are the 18 missing years that you got to go back and watch some of my other videos where I cover that, because I'm not gonna cover everything. But what's in your Bible is not everything that Jesus went through. Jesus, it was 18 years taken out on purpose. They took it out of the Bible. The Illuminati at that time, or the rulers at that time, took it out of the Bible because they didn't want you to know the truth. And it says, you're going to hear him refer to God, or what you call God, as a lie. So you can say, oh, he's a terrorist now, because now he's saying a lie. See, all those hip hoppers, you hear them, they say a lie and God body and all of that. That's because the whole movement goes back to, we spoke Hebrew and Arabic before we spoke English. And you would know these things. As Native Americans, we spoke Hebrew. And we referred to God as Elo or Elah or Ilah. Like Rihanna said, Ella, under my umbrella. She's saying Allah. Because that's what we refer to Allah as in this movement. It's a secret. Now, I'm not going to give you all the secrets. It's a secret society. You know what I'm saying? You got your little secret societies, your alphas and your Qs and, you know, all these different, your skull and bones and all these different groups. So we got secret society. This is our secret society. And people hate on that. So you're going to hear him refer to God as Allah, but know that it ain't got nothing to do with Islam or what you think about, because this is Allah simply means source, the source. This is what Allah literally means when you translate. It means more than God. It means the source. So he says, Allah and all master men judge men by what they are not, and what they are, and what they seem to be, not by their reputation and their fame. It says, these courtesans and thieves are children of my Father, Allah. Allah. Their souls are just as precious in His sight as yours, or of the Brahmic priests. And they are working out the same life sums that you have solved, you men who look at them with scorn. And some of them have solved much harder than you have solved, you men who look at them with scorn. Yes, they are sinners, and they confess their guilt, while you are guilty, but are shrewd enough to have a polished coat to cover up your guilt and your shit. That's what I would have said. Suppose you men who scorn the courtesan, these drunkards, these thieves, these murderers who know that you are pure in heart and life, that you are better far than they, stand forth that man may know just who you are. The sin lies in the wish and the desire, not in the act. And I'm going to stop right there. It goes on, but what I'm reading from it is it's a part of this Circle 7, and I plan on posting it on the site eventually when I can get around. I know I got a lot to do on the site, readings and people I'm supposed to call. I'm going to call you guys. Don't worry. I'm going to call you guys. I know that's kind of going off, but what he's saying here is that you sit up here and judge people that do these acts, yet still you're guilty of the same shit mentally. You might not go out and do some of the stuff that so-called hip-hop generation does, but you think about doing it. You wish to do certain things. And when you study metaphysics, what you wish is basically going to always manifest your reality. If you wish for a thing hard enough, then it's just like doing it. If you dream of a thing over and over again, it's just like you did it. Just like you may wish you could have sex with Nicki Minaj. You just keep wishing this and wishing it. Yeah, and I'm saying her because it's a lot of corporate and pious people that's married and all that, and you want to fuck Nicki Minaj. You want to. And a lot of people gonna get mad about this. I mean, hey, I speak the raw, uncut truth. But it's the wish, so you might start having dreams about her, and you might go outside and see women that look like her, and you might go out here and start cheating on your wife with women that look like Nicki Minaj, just because you wish to do it so much that now you're manifesting this over and over again. So the sin lies in a wish, because you create your reality by what you wish. You see, if you study the term jinn, like everybody knows, like you think about that show I Dream of Genie, and with a genie you get 3 wishes, right? You get to wish for 3 things. And the jinn, actually, according to when you study the Quran, a jinn is an entity. And when you wish for a thing over and over again, this entity attaches itself to you. It starts to incarnate in you and eventually becomes you. So even if you don't carry it out or not, you're guilty for even summoning the entity. You're just as guilty as someone that's going out doing it. So you could judge us, you could judge this generation, you could judge this culture, but it's here to stay. It's not going to stop. Like, you don't know what I go through. Like, here I am, several states away from the state I was just in. I got people, they hire people, right, to just follow me around. And I've talked about this before, carpools and pools of people. They extort money from the hip-hop generation. Yeah, we got our own bank. They extort money from the hip-hop vault and use our money to stalk us and try to set us up. These hip-hop police officers and shit like that. So here I am in another city, and I got the paparazzi, right, in the same city I'm in. Where I go, they go. But you know, I'm going to keep it moving. It don't stop. And we're here to stay. And you can be mad and pissed off all you want and say you're not going to support this movement, and you're not going to do this, and you're not going to do that. But at the end of the day, this is helping people. No matter how you look at it. It may not, and it's helping people financially too, because even you extorters, like, I've given you credit. We've given you credit. You've made money off of me. But then you talk shit about me. You're jealous. You've made plenty of money off of me. Off of following me around. You've made movies off of this. You've made millions of dollars off 13 Signs Astrology, yet 13 Signs Astrology has yet to make $1 million. So stop being jealous. Stop being angry. Support the movement, man. It's all about love. And stop judging the culture, man. Like, stop it. You need to quit. Like, you just like and that goes for rock and roll culture and all that too. Like, you guys judge what's dark or what's considered dark in the left-hand path. And I come in stores, and as soon as I come in the store, they putting on some song that's talking about devil worshiping or whatever to let me hear, calling me a devil pretty much, because these Christians control the radio outlets in these different stores or whatever. When I come on, they putting on some song talking about the devil has just entered the building or something. This has happened, real talk. They put Blame It on the Night when I came into one store, to be specific. I think it's by John Newman. Shout out to John Newman. And he said, is that what demons do? Is that what devils do? Yeah, they putting that shit when I come to the store. Because I feel like there's dry snitch and calling me a demon. You can say, man, you paranoid. They just putting on music. Like, no, this specifically, music is a contract in these stores. And they specifically putting this music on at this specific time when I come in so that they can get a contract. And I guess I'll have to talk about that at another time. But, yeah, when you're a public figure, a public person, this is what they do. Like, it's normal. Like, so I'm not paranoid about it. I'm just like, you know, like, this is the shit that I go through. So yeah, when I make a video like this called Mad City, and I'm talking shit about your government, your media agents, and extorting, you send CNN and all these different news media outlets to follow me around wherever I go, I'm going to talk my shit about you over and over again. Just like you talk your shit about me. And that's just how it is. So we here to stay. Like my man B.O.B. and T.I. and Juicy J said, shout out to them. We still in this bitch. So I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for watching. Until we meet again, peace.